Hey, what's going on guys, it's Dubs here, welcome back to another video, and this time I'm going to talk about Forza 5 and Gran Turismo 6, mostly Forza 5 over Gran Turismo 6, but I'm going to compare the two together. Now this isn't going to be a fanboy video, you know, Forza 5 versus Gran Turismo 6, no bullshit like that. I'm just comparing the two games as any normal person can actually do. But yeah, let's talk a bit about Gran Turismo 6 first of all, and then I'll get into Forza 5 a little bit later on in the video. So Gran Turismo 6 has 1,200 cars in the game. Apparently they remade all the standard cars, so they look a little bit better than they used to be. So they have around, I don't really know how many premium cars they have. They haven't like actually counted them all up, but they have 124 new premium cars in the game. So that's added to the cars that were already in Gran Turismo 5, you know, the premium cars. So I guess that's alright, you know, that's a bunch of them. That's about, I'll say about 300 cars, okay? I'll say about 300 cars are in premium, plus they moved a bunch of them from like standard to premium as well, which I don't know if those count as, you know, in the list of the new Gran Turismo 6 premium cars, but I don't know. I'll say about 300 premium cars, and then the rest are all standard cars, but again, they said they improved the look of the cars, so hopefully they look a little bit better than they used to in the previous game. But yeah, so then we have the customization and all that stuff, which we haven't gotten a lot of information on because we, you know, they've been kind of careful not to share a lot of that with us because I think they're trying to keep that as sort of a secret. But they said that there'll be like monthly DLC and monthly updates and stuff like that. But there's a lot of cars in that game, and that's why I want to compare that to Forza Motorsport 5. Forza 5 is only going to have 200 cars off the bat. Like as soon as the game drops, there's going to be 200 cars in the game. And apparently there will be dozens more to come later as DLC. It says here in the article that Turn 10 is not holding back on cars, so it can release them as downloadable content for Forza 5. Now, see, I don't think that is a good idea, because it'll make people think that you have not finished your game and you're just bringing it out as a, you know, a launch release, you know, like a launch day release for the Xbox One. And it just feels like it's an incomplete game. That's why there's only 200 cars in it. Like, why would you only put that much? And then going down in the article, it says that they're kind of trying to think of quantity over quality. Yes, but if you think about it, would that be correct in saying that there's only 200 cars because you made the cars look amazing in the game, and then you have to get people to pay more to play with the rest of the cars that are going to be in the game? I don't know, but in my opinion, that feels like it's saying that the game hasn't been finished, and they're bringing out stuff later on. Also, having 200 cars in the game, I don't really care what customization or what you can do in the game. Having only that many cars, I think, how many tracks are there? There are like 13 tracks in the game now. That's about it. There's 13 tracks in the game, and they don't even have Nürburgring. They don't have Nordschleife. They just don't have that track. And why would a driving simulator not have that track in it? It doesn't say anywhere here that they're actually going to be bringing tracks out as DLC. They just said that they're going to be adding a lot of cars in. So I don't know if they're going to do anything. Now, I know Gran Turismo 6 is sort of like a Gran Turismo 5 remake. So, of course, it looks a lot, you know, I wouldn't say a lot worse, but it definitely looks worse than Forza 5. Forza 5 looks absolutely amazing. I just don't think that the replayability of that game is going to be as high as Gran Turismo 6. Just because it doesn't have, you know, that many cars or that many tracks or you know, whatever you can do in the game. Like, having a lot of cars doesn't necessarily mean that the game is, you know, quantity over quality. It just means that the game's replayability would be a lot higher because you can do a lot more stuff with a lot more cars. So going ahead and just adding in 200 cars and then expecting to use those 200 cars for like the next, whatever, 2 years or 1.5 years, how long it takes those guys to make a new game, I just don't think it's enough. And especially, you know, giving people DLCs, I understand that, like, it's great and all, but it feels like the game isn't finished, and then you just want people to pay more for the rest of the cars that weren't implemented in the game. And also, I would like to talk about the physics of the game. Of course, I can't comment on the physics of Forza 5 because there hasn't been any proper gameplay that I can actually show you guys. You know, the gameplay that I've played, that I can tell you guys, you know, what the physics are like. I wasn't a big fan of Forza 4 physics, but you know, I kind of like Gran Turismo 6's new physics. I like the way the cars roll a little bit more. The suspension work is a lot better in Gran Turismo 6 because I've played that. I've played it in the demo that they released, and I can tell you guys that it's going to be a lot different than Gran Turismo 5. It's completely different actually than Gran Turismo 5. The suspension and and the way the cars handle and stuff like that, the tires and everything. It's just different to Gran Turismo 5. And the difference between Gran Turismo 5 and Gran Turismo 6 is good. Gran Turismo 6 is a better version of Gran Turismo 5. Like, I understand a lot of people can say, you know, it's the exact same game except with other cars and blah 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 blah. Yes, but they've changed a lot of stuff in it, and you can't say that they, you know, it's the exact same game, because it just isn't. You know, they actually worked on the game, they did all that stuff. And it's also on the current gen consoles, it's not on the next gen. So, I guess if you'd like to wait for Gran Turismo 7 to have your amazing graphics and stuff like that, then I guess wait for that to come out on the PlayStation 4. But for the moment, we're gonna have to stick with Gran Turismo 6 on the PlayStation 3, which I don't really mind, to be honest. I don't know if Forza 5 now is going to be a really good game. I think Forza 6 might be a really good game if they decide to add more tracks in it, put all the original tracks back, you know, Nordschleife, Suzuka, all that stuff, man. I don't know why they took away so many tracks. Again, it just feels like they haven't completed the game in time for their release. That's what I think happened here. But yeah, this is a video where I want you guys to comment on it. I want you guys to talk back to me. That's why I made this video, so we can have a little discussion down in the comments. So if you guys have any opinions on any of the games, leave them down in the comments below. If you have any questions about any of the games, ask me and I'll try to see if I can answer them. And that's pretty much about it. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.